What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Snowstorm Studios. It is Billy here with the second podcast. So, guys, the first podcast we had my brother John on, the console healer, and today, guys, we have none other than the infamous housing master himself, NinjaMonkey0169. Ninja, I first just want to say thank you for coming on. I actually really appreciate it as a fellow streamer joining me tonight.
No problem, man.
So, guys, for anyone who doesn't know NinjaMonkey, he is a streamer himself, an absolutely badass one, if you ask me. I enjoy watching him all the time. He's really into player housing and ESO, and as someone who has not really dived into that, dived into that arena of Elder Scrolls, I'm excited to pick his brain about some stuff, talk to him about it, and, yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in, and let's jump into it. So, Ninja, my first question, I haven't seen anyone ask this. How many houses do you own in ESO?
Last count was 31 houses with 22 currently decorated.
Wow, that's crazy.
Usually I don't start them up until I have inspiration, so those 11 might just sit there anyways, because the next piece of inspiration might be one that I don't own.
Yeah, that's a good point. So where do you have like certain things you find inspiration from, like movies, TV shows, certain things you see, or?
Absolutely. I'm not just a content creator, I'm a content consumer, so I consume a lot of content. I plow through, series and binge watch and all that other stuff. I do watch architectural things. I'm kind of an architectural buff, and I played with a lot of Legos when I was a kid, so this is just like upgraded Legos. But one of my favorite things to do is to go through my own houses, to go through my own inventory, to go through the crown store, and not just see what I'm building and what I'm building with, but what I've also built, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's so funny. For me personally, I've always played ESO as a competitive MMO, doing tough dungeons, doing PvP. But I remember when I used to play Skyrim, all I did was housing. I would buy all the houses, put the books in there, like put certain things certain places. I guess in ESO, or in Skyrim housing, you couldn't move as much furniture around as you can in ESO. ESO is probably more creative in that sense.
True story. We got so many more Legos to play with, and you'll hear me say that term a lot.
Yeah.
There's just so much more to play with, and they're constantly adding. Every Friday they add more luxury furniture items. Usually it's just one or two new things each week for the luxury furniture stuff. But every Crown Store session, they give us a new Crown Store pack. They give us a bunch of and every DLC, like there's a bunch of new stuff in the DLC content that just came out. I think we have 7 new gold furnishings.
Wow.
From the master rib vendor. He's pretty awesome.
So did you start playing ESO for the housing? Did you not come into ESO until housing was introduced, or did you play before that and then the housing came out and you're like, ooh, I want to try this?
Can I back up further to answer your question properly?
Please.
I went through a really bad breakup. It hurt in my heart area. So I found Morrowind, the original Morrowind game, Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. Yep. Played the ever-living bejesus out of that, maxed out my hours on that, came home from work every day and played that. And then Oblivion came out. And so I played that. And then Skyrim came out, and so I played that. And then beta came out for Elder Scrolls Online, and I was very hesitant to play with other people.
It's fair.
But it's turned out amazingly. So I've been playing ever since. So that's my Elder Scroll experience all the way to current. And I was going to take a break. Like a lot of my friends that I was playing with, a lot of people that I was hanging out with and doing stuff with, took like a year-long break. And I was about ready to do it myself. And then they're like, hey, on the PTS, we have housing. What? Okay, hold on. Let me go take a look. And it was amazing. And I've been hooked ever since.
Yeah, it was funny. When I started playing ESO, I always said for that first, I think it was like a year and a half, I'm like, this needs player housing. It needs player housing badly, because it was something that was just such a staple to the Elder Scrolls games. I guess playing all 3 of the big ones. And once they came out with it, I was super happy they came out with it, but I will talk to you about what gripes I had with it when it first came out, and I'm interested to pick your brain about those.
Oh, sure.
But, another question I get asked frequently, people come to my stream and they say, how does NinjaMonkey when you're buying a house, do you do it through the Crown Store, or do you do it through gold you make in the game? And then, if so, through the gold, do you make your own furnishings and do you do all the crafting for those, or do you like farm mats and then sell them and then buy them? I just want to pick your brain on the process of how you make the NinjaMonkey
correct.
house.
Yes, all of that.
All of
yes, all of that. Not to be too short with it, but if you check out the house in the Crown Store and it's got a bunch of furnishings that you like the new DLC will come out. It came out for Somerset, and there's a bunch of Somerset-esque furnishings that is probably going to take you a while to A, get the pattern, and then B, get all the stuff to make it. Then why not just buy it furnished? Then you'll have a bunch of stuff to start with,
Exactly.
which is super cool. So yeah, occasionally we buy furnished stuff with crowns. I would not recommend buying a house that just has like some generic orcish furniture or something like that just because you can't make orcish furniture yet. You can buy that stuff for super duper cheap with in-game gold. I'm talking about the stuff that's brand new, hard to make. You know what I mean? Buy that with crowns.
Yeah, that makes sense. For my house, I bought it with gold because I just wanted to say, hey, I earned the gold to do it. But I had been collecting pieces because what's cool, and you probably like this too, is you can go into the Crown Store and buy specific pieces for cheap. We don't have the cat cam.
The housing Crown Store.
Yes, the housing Crown Store. So what is the kitty's name?
This is Katara. Her brother's name is Sokka.
Oh my gosh, you're an Avatar fan. My main's name is Iroh in ESO.
Oh, Iroh's the best.
I cry on the episode where he sings to his son.
He's talking about his kid. Yep.
That hurts. That is.
Yep.
I don't mean to go off topic here, but I gotta. Avatar is one of the.
Isn't everything topic?
Yeah, exactly. This Avatar is one of the best shows ever made, in my opinion. I think it had the perfect length, the perfect ending. Overall, I just.
And we are clearly not talking about the movie rendition.
No, God, I saw that too, and it was just awful.
Answer.
It was awful.
So my big complaint about that is M. Night Shyamalan made the movie, got engaged with making the movie because his daughter's a fan of the cartoon.
Oh. That was the only reason? He didn't even like it?
No.
And he's a good director. He's done some good movies.
Yeah, absolutely. I love his movies. Just that one.
Yeah, that was tough to watch in theaters, and I was young when I was in my early teens when it came out.
Wrong answer. Yeah.
But I was not a fan. All right, but back to ESO. So, first of all, I also want to talk about actually. You have your 6-month stream anniversary coming up, and aren't you doing a housing giveaway for the 6-month stream anniversary?
Sort of. It will be a very good giveaway for somebody who's interested in my work, and it'll be an okay giveaway for people who aren't.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give away 1 million gold. And if the person who wins that, which by the way, this is going to be a subscriber giveaway for PCNA only, because I only have 1 million gold on PCNA.
If you had 1 million gold on other platforms, I'd be impressed.
Yeah, and I would totally cross-platform the thing. And then they are more than welcome to take that 1 million gold and go buy a 400 slot home and whatever change is left over in furnishings, and I will decorate for them.
That I wish I was on Xbox. I would love that. That's really cool. So guys, if you want to know where that is at NinjaMonkey's Twitch channel. I think he typed in my chat. So if you're watching right now, you can click on it. And if you're watching on YouTube, link will be in the description down below. So the other thing I wanted to pick your mind about is ESO and ESO player housing. I want to talk about your love, your hates, and what you would like to see fixed. So we can start about player housing first. So what is like your overall favorite thing? What keeps you coming back for player housing? What do you enjoy the most about it? This is an easy question.
It's upgraded Legos, man. It's an addiction I've had since I was a kid. When I was 4, I told my mom I wanted to be an architectural engineer. I want to be the guy who sketches out the drawings, and then somebody else goes to the drafting board and makes it a reality. That sort of thing.
Yep.
The creativity is the easy part for me. The sitting down and making it functional is different. But for the housing, bigger Legos, better Legos.
That's a good answer. I would have to say it's probably my favorite thing too. And then this one, what is your biggest dislike? If you have a dislike for player housing, what's something that you're just like, this kind of rubs me the wrong way. I'm not a fan about it.
I feel like their art department doesn't have a second check. they will frequently put out items that have a malfunction, aren't properly placeable, aren't usable, aren't tangible, or they're missing an entire side, or you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they need just one more person to go, is this ready to be released to 11 million people? Because that's what they keep telling us, is that there's 11 million copies sold. So you're functionally handing this out to a very large community unchecked.
Yeah, that's a great one. I also, so my biggest gripe with player housing, and I want to pick your mind about this, and it's hard to explain to you while I'm typing in Twitch chat, but one of the things that kind of bugs me is I wish you could buy houses with another person and decorate together. So
that's functionally like a guild house?
Yes, yeah. Right? So a guild house, but for just
concept?
For 2 people.
That is something they're working on. That is something that they want to do. Implementation is going to be difficult, though.
Yes,
so
for sure.
It's a brainstorming session that has to come to fruition with programmers and artists.
Yeah, it's something I know when you do housing. I've played with it enough that you can make someone a guest, a visitor, a decorator, and they can move stuff. But I think it'd be really cool if, like, someone said, "Hey, I got all this furniture," and it kind of. I want to stop myself. I know it kind of. ESO is a company that wants to make money, and I think player housing, they like to, whatever they do, it's an MMO, they maximize the profit they can make. But I think it'd be cool if, like, you and me were on PCNA, and I said, hey, I have all these cool furnishings, we should get a house together and decorate it together, and then it could be our house, like our joint house, where we could both put chests down, both do this, because I think that's huge, not just for convenience, but for the role-playing aspect. I know I role-play with, like, my brother sometime, and we can't go and do things in each other's houses.
Well, and to address that particular concept that you're talking about is a very good heartfelt scenario.
Yep.
But what happens at the breakup?
That's true. Who gets to keep
what
the house?
What happens when we don't get on no more?
Yep.
It's the same reason why human resources departments really don't like people dating at work. It's the exact same reason.
Yep.
So once they figure out what the rules are going to be. Was that a baby bottle you're sipping from?
It's actually a Camelback. It just keeps the water cold, but it was my ex-girlfriend's, embarrassingly enough, and she just never took it back. So it's now mine. And you know, when you stream for 3 hours, the water gets warmer progressively throughout the stream. So
totally.
I like to keep it cold. And when I talk a lot, I need to stay hydrated. I need that hydrated bot. But
okay. So back to the thing. Once they work out the public part of housing, then you'll be able to do stuff like that, but they'll have rules to mitigate what happens in the breakup.
Yeah, and then the other thing too, it just came to my mind, what if you pissed me off and I went in your house and took everything and left? You know, yeah. It's stuff like that,
exactly.
Where if you give those permissions to pick up and move and take and then move, that's tough. And
yeah, if it can go in your inventory, then we have problems.
Yeah. Let's say they could go in your chest or something too. I mean, that you can't do. There's too much room for error and misuse to really be safe with it. So another point I wanted to move to was now, what is your favorite thing? I'm guessing your favorite thing about ESO overall is housing. So
currently.
So what is your least favorite thing of ESO overall? Is there something that in the community, in the game, that you dislike more than the housing items not working correctly? Is there anything else that kind of gets under your skin?
In the game in general?
Yeah.
I would have to say zone chat in beginner areas.
Yeah, I think just toxic players in general.
They're animals. They're animals.
You should see it on Xbox. We were talking about this last
gosh.
night. It's
ridiculous.
It's absolutely crazy. That's a good one, actually. And I think toxic players, luckily in ESO, there definitely are toxic players. And
well, I mean, they don't make it past the starter zone, it seems like. It feels like they genuinely don't want to play the game. They just want to troll. So their characters stay small. They stay in the starter zones. They harass, they troll. And then once you're out of that zone...
Yeah, it's a much different story. Yeah.
Like how often have you seen the word Trump in zone chat in anything but a starter zone?
Aradon the most, if I would have to put one. It is absolutely crazy. That's it. Yeah, toxic players for me. I have people coming to my chat, and I bet you do too, and they'll talk about toxic players, and it's not something you can remedy, but I think being positive.
No, of course not. But as a general complaint of an MMORPG, okay, so it is a plus and minus. The fact that it's kind of like sectioned its own self off,
It's a good thing.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I think the thing that's too bad is it's a lot of the new players they're hitting. So someone gets into the game, they spawn into Ardon because they're AD, and they're like, all right, I'm gonna play Elder Scrolls, and they just come into all this hate.
Yeah,
and
so much.
They don't know. They don't know.
That's not indicative. That's not what our community is. It's not what it's about. That's not how we play. That has nothing to do with our game. But that's the first thing they see.
Yeah, and it's tough to get out of that because as CP gets added to the game, it's more and more of a grind to get to that end game. And it stinks because being in a Trials guild myself, people will be like, oh, you're not 750? Oh, we're not taking you in. And it's a little silly, but some of these players don't get out for a little bit. So, but then they come to a stream, and then they'll be like, oh, you guys are so friendly and so positive. And I'll tell them, it's like, just get out of the starter
zone. The whole
zone.
game is, dude, just not that zone you're in.
100%. 100%. All right. So, what got you into streaming? Give us the story about the stream. How did the NinjaMonkey stream?
Senior Blackbean. Senior Blackbean.
Who is the senior?
He's one of my friends that I've played with for a long time. We met up, not at beta, but like a year later, and we just kind of had like a little 4-man crew we ran around with and decimated dungeons and delves and whatnot. And he took a break, and when he came back, he's super into Trials now. Super into Trials, so much so that he wanted to record his sessions and let people watch it so they could see what they did, see what they could do better, etc. For critiques and stuff like that. And so he saw that I was already doing YouTube, and he's like, well, I kind of want to do this live. Can you do it on Twitch? I'm like, I don't know. I'll go look. I have no idea what is happening over there. And so yeah, we just through trial and error trying to help out my friend, who doesn't stream, by the way.
So were you streaming for him? Were you like broadcasting these events for him, or
no, he was streaming. He was doing it.
Oh, so he stopped.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't have a camera, and he wasn't trying to cater to a community or anything like that. He was just trying to record his stuff.
And then it just took off from there.
Yeah.
So are you a full-time streamer? Do you have another job, or are you doing full-time, or what's the...
I am currently unemployed, so I do this.
The full-time, hey, living the dream.
We've done 24-hour streams. We've done a bunch of 18-hour streams. 6 is the norm. I'm trying to taper back to 4, but it's hard.
It's hard if you're having a good stream too to stop. That's always tough. It's to be like,
well, I mean, it takes 20 minutes to accomplish anything in ESO. So, how many things do you want to do today? Poof! It's a 6-hour stream. Well, shit.
Yep. Yeah. That is true. Especially, do you go out and do you grind materials? I see you do that a lot during stream. Do you have like a build for grinding mats and getting things?
Friday Farmageddon.
Yeah. There you go.
We do Friday Farmageddon every Friday.
So is that a 6 hours?
We spend about 4 hours doing farming specifically, mostly picking up surveys from all the writs that we do throughout the week. But then depending on how many more resources we need to continue to do writs, we'll go out and do some Craglorn or some Gold Coast or something like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've gotten into the habit of grinding mats just for gold, because you can sell Ancestor Silk, Rubidite Ore, and guild traders and guild vendors and make a pretty good amount of gold that way.
Sure, you're probably selling them right to me.
And then you're using them to do all of the housing stuff.
Yep.
So, are you planning to stick with housing through the rest of however long the stream is gonna go? Or are you looking to maybe branch out to different games or try different things in ESO? Is housing getting old, or is it still fresh?
I don't have an objection to playing any other game. I'm just not currently interested.
That's completely fair. I have the same viewpoint right now.
But the ticket with housing is A, it keeps growing, and B, it's end game content. So you can pick it up at any time. Like when you first start the game, you can go buy a house right away. But it really is better kind of at end game when you've already done all the quests, when you've got a big pile of gold, you got a big pile of mats, you've seen a bunch of other people's houses. It's a huge money sink, or gold sink, I guess.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Can be both, but it's better when you've got a bunch of achievements and a bunch of gold. So I treat it as end game content. So every time we've got new stuff coming out, I go play the new stuff. I get the achievements. I get the the achievement furnishings that come with, and we start decorating. ZOS is on this new kick where they're going to be doing a chapter every single year. So this year's chapter was Somerset, last year's chapter was Morrowind, and we get just a massive dump of new
housing,
furnishings,
yeah.
houses, of all sorts of stuff every single year now. So I
that's
really
awesome.
don't see myself getting bored soon.
Yeah, and I honestly, you can attest this too, the community for ESO housing is absolutely amazing. I mean, I know they have a blast watching you, and I see other streamers do it as well, and it is positive, it is fun, it is very rewarding, and it's exciting. People love watching it because some of the stuff you come up with
it's
is
super
amazing.
engaging for me, so much that the focus face thing that we talk about on other streams, when you're really busy, you're really engaged in the game, and I can't focus on chat right now. I'm busy, I'm focused. Yeah, I get that while I'm doing housing. So,
well, I mean, some of the stuff
it's super engaging, man.
Yes, I remember I saw the fish tank. I forget what house you had it at, and I looked at that.
I have several.
I think it was at the same one I have at the I forget the name of it. It's an orc style house. It was about 300 gold. Yes, yep, that was it. And you had a fish tank right on the right side when you walk in, right up against that wall, and I was absolutely blown away. I was like, the amount of work, and I guess I just never looked at player housing like that, and I kind of regret it, and I'm gonna start doing it during streams because it obviously seems to be a blast, and everyone seems to enjoy it. But I guess one of the questions is, like, if someone was starting player housing and they were just getting into it, what would be some tips you would have for them if someone came and housed?
Farm once a week.
Once a week?
Only build when you're engaged. Don't just buy random stuff. Yeah, it's good to kind of pick up luxury furniture stuff because it's limited quantity, limited time, limited availability, and that actually inspires a lot of housing. I'm like, dang, I got 20 of these statues. What am I going to do with 20 of these statues? And so we make something for 20 statues or whatever. But if you're just getting into it, find a style you like. Start perusing. What's that website called? Hold on.
Yeah, go for it. Go look for it.
ESO Fashion. ESO MMO Fashion.
So that website does it have a bunch of like pre-made looking stuff that people can go browse and get some inspiration, or?
Well, it's got a full listing of all the stuff that's available for you to play with.
Oh, okay. So you can see everything, so you can know what you're looking for, sort of thing.
Every piece of furniture in the game is on ESO Fashion, and just seeing the stuff that you can use is a great source of inspiration.
Yeah, definitely. I need to do that because sometimes player housing for me seems more like a chore because I'm not sure what I want to do. So I'll just add things and then I'll switch them around a little bit, then I'll switch them around, and then I never really can like stay up with what I like. So definitely, I think a website with some stuff to look at and actually see all the pieces would be.
And then you can set goals and work towards what it is you're interested in.
Yeah, definitely. So what did you do before player housing? Because you were obviously playing before that.
The rest of the game.
The rest of the game.
Yeah, just literally, I've done everything else in the game. I'm a little behind on the DLC dungeons, and by a little behind, I mean all the way. Since they started doing DLC dungeons, I think I still need a no death in Mazatoon.
I just got that actually like a month ago.
I need to actually finish a vet run on everything after that.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've done nothing. just nothing with the new DLC dungeons. They're more difficult than the older dungeons, and I'm really engaged in housing right now. So
yeah, no, the new dungeons and then Horns of the Reach are brutal. Those ones actually made me quit the game for a little bit because I was so frustrated because Morrowind patch came out, destroyed my build, so my regen was awful. And then I went and did those new dungeons when that came out, and it wasn't good, and I was like, I need a break from this game.
Yeah, just take a little breaky poo.
Yep. That what I was actually gonna. So first thing was when you were doing the dungeons, what was your role? What was your class? What'd you like doing?
When the game first started, I really enjoyed being a tank, but I took a lot of flack as a support role. The learning curve as a support role is a little more important because everybody else is depending on you. So
very much so.
That was too stressful for me. I now know how to tank a lot better. I know now how to heal better, but I do just DPS only.
That makes sense. And it's funny too. Me and my brother, who I DPS and he heals, he told me the worse I was at DPS, the harder his job was at healing. and the harder the tank is, because the longer the fight drags on, the more work the support roles have to do because the DPS can't keep up. And then as the DPS improve, the tank and the healer's job gets much, much easier.
Oh yeah, yeah. If DPS is A, melting things, and B, self-sustaining, what is support doing? Holding aggro and healing the tank. That becomes the job.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. And you also see in the like random dungeon queue, newer players, healers and tanks get a lot of flack if they can't beat it. They take all the damage first. It's insane. Like if you can't beat a boss, everyone's gonna blame the healer, and then if the healer says it's not me, they're gonna blame the tank. It's usually the pecking order of the hatred. Did you do any PvP?
Yeah, man. The whole game.
The whole game. So just housing just closed you off, and then it's just been just that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's why housing is so good, is because I've got all these achievements. When housing first came out, people would walk into my house and they're like, "Where'd you get the sky shard?" Well, yeah, you just go buy it at the achievement vendor. I can't get the sky shard. Oh, well, you actually have to have every sky shard in the, vanilla game.
Yep.
Including Cyrodiil, including behind enemy lines, to get the sky shard achievement. Well, I already did it like a long time ago. We just thought it was cool to get all the sky shards. So
that's cool. So would you think of yourself as like an achievement whore, or are you just finding them upon circumstance? Like,
no, but the people I was hanging with were definitely achievement whores.
And you kind of.
And I was just hanging out with them. So this is what we're doing today. We're going to get sky shards. All right.
That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it.
And then housing came out, so I was like, oh, well, thanks for dragging me.
Yeah, seriously, all those things you can get for your house are insane after it. I like the achievements that lead to cool housing items is actually a great thing that ESO does, in my opinion. I like that a lot. Incentive to play and do the tougher stuff. What DLC had the best housing equipment? Apologize there, I lost my train of thought, but what DLC would you say brought out the best housing equipment? You were like, this is the best, I'm enjoying this.
Somerset, hands down.
So have you seen constant improvement throughout each DLC? Like, has the housing stuff gotten better?
Oh, sure, absolutely. But Somerset gave us walls, gave us stairs, gave us floors, now we can build a whole stinking house if we want to. Now, hopefully they continue that trend and give us variations on stairs and walls and floors and ceilings and archways. But dude, Somerset dropped just like a huge, we were listening to you bomb, the stuff that we were complaining about, the stuff that we were itching for. They dropped a ton of it on us on Somerset.
That's
so good.
That's epic. That's good. Would you be interested in ESO doing like plots of land, and then you could build houses right in there? Like build your own house with like pre-made pieces instead of having a pre-made house?
I would, and they already have, and that's what I'm decorating this week. The Cold Harbor Surreal Estate is just a big open
the big lot, yep.
700 slot home. You can build whatever you want in there. But more to the point, the up-and-coming Bethesda game, Blades, perhaps you've heard of it?
Yep.
Will let you do that for an entire town.
That's crazy. You're going to have a field day.
Blades will be streamed on my stream for sure, as soon as we can do it.
That's amazing. As soon
as we're allowed to do that, we're going to be doing that.
That's epic. Yeah, isn't Blades, I think it's for phone too, isn't it? I think it's for all platforms.
Phone all the way through VR is the goal. I haven't played with it yet though. It's not ready for beta or something like that. I don't know. Maybe Q4.
Yeah, they said pre-order for free, and I was confused at that. If you're pre-ordering for free, you're just saying I'm gonna download it. But I think they wanted to get a number, but that's cool. Yeah, I would like pre-made houses or unpre-made houses. I know what a lot of people do in that big 700 slot area. There you go. There's my tongue. Is they'll build like mazes and they'll build parkour things. I don't know if you've ever tinkered in that at all, but I have viewers and they'll be like, come do my parkour ESO thing, and it's insane some of the stuff that they pull off. 40 minutes of running through these insane obstacles that they've conducted. It's awesome.
I have built a couple of mazes and a couple of parkours. They're for other people though. I don't tend to do that in my own houses. I don't have an active interest in it. But yeah, we've put together some pretty awesome stuff for other people.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. I think you can do some really cool guild events. I know I want to do one where it's like all the stream comes in and we do a big race, and whoever wins gets like a pot of gold.
Oh, dude, that'd be so cool. By the way, a housing mancer's wet dream is not being able to get in my own house because too many people are visiting.
Do you? Oh, so that's a great question. Do you find yourself when you go to your houses, are there people in there looking at them all the time, or?
Constantly, all the time. And you're more than welcome to, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitch or wherever. My houses are open. PCNA at NinjaMonkey0169. Run through my houses.
Yeah, go check them out.
It's cool. Please do. And we're constantly adding more. So
I think what I'll do is I'll do a YouTube video where I'll log on my PC account and I'll go run through them and get some footage and show them to everyone, because those are, I mean, like I said, I've seen them on stream, and I remember I was like, oh, I have that house, and you said to me, yeah, this is like one of my 22. And I was like, what? Like I was having a freak out. I'm like, 22 houses? You'll have to do a Cribs episode or something. That'd be that'd be pretty cool.
I think all but three of my houses have a YouTube video for them already.
Oh, do they? Okay, cool. I'll put that link in chat.
And then we do occasionally wander around my houses, for inspiration or whatever on stream. So, and when anybody's like, "Hey, can you come see my house?" We go see other people's houses, or we.
Do you do critiques?
Whatever.
Will you go to other people? Will you go to other people's houses and talk about like, "Hey, I like this. I don't like this." Like, do a grading for them.
I can. But I don't do anything. I do zero negativity unless they specifically ask me. Rip it up.
Yeah, tear into
what
this.
I mean?
Yeah, no,
because if somebody doesn't want their house teared into, I don't want it.
It's completely fair. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. What you think may be ugly, they might think is absolutely perfect.
But so I tell them what I like, what I appreciate. I compliment where compliments due.
Yeah,
and then we check out other stuff.
I definitely don't want you looking in my house. I think that'll.
Why not, man?
Because it might be so bad. You might be like, Riku, I saw this, and
I'm not gonna bring up anything negative unless you specifically ask me to. Period.
All right. Speaking of negativity, talking about people in Aradon and other starter zones, our Twitch community for ESO is absolutely the opposite, in my opinion. I think we were talking about it before stream, and I'd like to talk about it a little bit during this, because it deserves a shout out. Just how positive, how friendly, even the biggest streamers like Ninja and Fang Rush and some even bigger, how positive they are, all the way down to me, who's just trying to get there, and everyone in between are just the nicest, friendliest people. All the viewers are friendly, and I don't know if you had any thought on that.
No, absolutely, man. And we were talking about this a little bit earlier. If you go into just the bigger and bigger streamers here on Twitch, and really just any place that's doing a live format, the trolls are out, man. They are out. They are engaged. They are attempting to make everybody else's day bad. And I don't know if it's because MMORPGs are a little on the slow pace side and kind of boring.
Yep.
But they just don't hang out here.
No, yeah.
Maybe we kick them faster than they can talk. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think good mods, but also just I think the game, the positivity the devs have created, like they're so open about everything. They have Twitters, they tweet funny things, and people can see that. The streamers all they tweet funny things and talk about creative, interesting stuff, and then all the streamers support each other. We host each other. We send our viewers to each other, and I think because of that, it's created this real camaraderie of oh, you're part of the ESO family. You're one of these
absolutely.
people. I see
the
hashtag.
I think I was
ESO
saying that to
mode.
you earlier. Once you're a ninja, once you're in the ninja clan, you're just in the ninja clan, bro.
Yeah, you can't. There's no escape of the friendliness and the kindness.
You will be hugged. Enjoy it.
Yeah, I always hear you say that. You're always like, yeah, if I see you at an event, you're getting a hug.
Sorry, man, I'm a hugger. You're getting a hug. You're gonna go in for a high five, and you're not gonna make it.
That's all good. I'm sort of the same way. I'm definitely a hugger as well. Now, we got to talk about, because you bring it up all the time, the beard game. It's looking pretty good right now.
Oh, beard game is strong.
Mine is weak. I am a beard weakling. I think it's actually one of the reasons I'm not bigger in the ESO community, because the beard game is so important. It is. If you don't have a big beard, you're done. Just kidding. You're about, yeah, I'm right. Oh, is it?
This is the beard game you need.
Just
to be successful.
the full.
You're in the ESO community.
The
just
full,
like
just all the way down.
this level of beard.
Yeah,
is what you need.
Yours is, like I said, yours is looking pretty good, my man. Are you planning on growing it out, or are you planning on shaving?
No, it's at the high end of my tolerance.
Itchiness.
It's thick. It's majestic. It's too big.
It's
too big. I gotta whack the weeds.
That's fair. I look like Patchy the Pirate right now. I got like these spots where they
Yeah, but how old are you?
23. So it should be close to being done, but I think I might have to just give up on it completely.
Little Scottish, little Irish in there, maybe.
A lot of Scottish, actually. Very good guess. Yeah. So it's
okay. So when you hit older, this area right here that you're having issues with is what filled in on me last.
Really?
So this little area down here and this right here. So you'll actually get this silver stuff in here first, and then that'll fill in.
You just made my night. Everything we've talked about, that's maybe the most excited.
That's what's up. Scots represent. There you go.
There we go. Yeah. My family, most of my granddad's like 100% Scottish, so that's pretty cool. But the old ESO or the old Elder Scrolls games, I always refer to them as the ESO games. Which one did you enjoy the most? Was it Morrowind because that was the first one you played? I see a lot of people say that, but
Oblivion.
Okay. See, Skyrim's my favorite, so convince me. For the music?
Yeah, so, if there's a programmer out there that understands how to get the different sound triggers for the scenarios and wants to overlay the Oblivion music for me, I would love you long time. Please do that.
Yeah, no, honestly, all of the Elder Scrolls, all the way from Morrowind to Elder Scrolls Online, the music is just captivating. Right now behind us we have the tavern music from Skyrim playing, like we're sitting down at a tavern in Whiterun hanging out. Actually, you're probably not going to like this, but Skyrim was actually the first one I played.
Why would I not like that?
Some people get very mad because some people love Oblivion, and I could have played it. I wasn't into video games until I played
Oblivion's
Skyrim.
Amazing. But you can't go backwards. Like the kicking point with these games is that they're gorgeous, and honestly, I cannot wait for the day when ESO, the Elder Scrolls Online, looks like garbage. Because right now, if you go back to Morrowind, the original one, it looks like garbage. It looks terrible. Like, what are we playing? WoW right now? Sorry, not actually trying to dig on WoW. But I can't play it anymore. It's not pretty enough. Yep. So I can't wait for this game to look like trash.
Yeah, because the graphics will be so good. And that was my problem. I went back and I did play a little bit of Oblivion with some friends, and the way you ran, the way it comes close up on the face like this.
Yeah.
Like when you talk to someone, it's very tough to digest, and I struggled with it, and I've never tried Morrowind, but people who started with it swear by it. I mean, they say it was one of the most special experiences they've ever had in gaming, and that was what Skyrim was for me. I had never been into gaming, and then when I played Skyrim, I played Minecraft a little bit because my friends were, and that was cool because building, and did you play Minecraft? Were you a fan? I'm guessing. No. You never played?
I have been almost Elder Scrolls exclusive since Morrowind.
Wow, as a guy who loves...
So I have played Gears of War 1, 2, 3. I have played Halo to current. But yeah, other than that, it's just been ESO, man.
Wow, as someone who loves the Legos and that aspect, Minecraft was a huge platform for me to just build these amazing things. But when I played Skyrim, it took my breath away. I see you're wearing the shirt, and I appreciate it.
Back up here.
I love that design, too. That's actually one of my computer screensavers. I love that. And Skyrim took my breath away, and then me and my brothers would always say, what if we could just play together? And then Elder Scrolls Online was announced.
And then ESO.
And then I was in the beta playing that, and I was playing on my crummy PC, and then it went from there.
Yeah, actually, we dumped a bunch of money into the PC just to make ESO more fluid, more buttery, as they say in battle station terms. And boy, the computer we built was just big enough to where we could not only play ESO really well, but stream it.
Yep.
So streaming was kind of a secondary thought, but that's where it came from, was the PC build.
Sorry, someone just subscribed and went right through my ear. I told you. So
I am here to stay MFERS.
So I am. I have you coming through the same.
If you're watching
thing.
this on YouTube later, we're filming it on Twitch. So.
Yep. Yeah. For everyone who's watching, and they're like, "Why did it just get cut?" That was why. But,
That's why.
Yes. ESO at first I wasn't a huge fan of. I felt like when it first launched, it was kind of a catastrophe. I don't know how you felt. But...
No, it had some growing to do, but I felt like it was worth sticking around and complaining for. Because one of my favorite things to do is complain.
Me too.
I love it.
Me too.
So why not apply that to something that needs a little growth, needs a little help to get where you want it?
Yep. Once it went free to
Worked
play.
out good.
Once it went free to play, that's when I really dived into it. I was playing now and again, but I just couldn't get around paying the $15 subscription. Played for free, and now ironically, I can't not pay the $15 subscription because Plus is just too good. The craft bag is just too good.
So yeah, the craft bag alone
is worth
your $12.99 a month or whatever it is. I buy in 6-month increments, so it's a little less for me.
Yep.
But let's skip that whole concept. Let's go straight to, these are content creators making content that I love. I want to pay them. Here you go. Take my money. Shut up and take my money. Please.
I agree.
And they listen to us, and they play with us, and they hang out with us. And they've built an amazing community and an amazing game. So
exactly. I think the devs have absolutely done their job, and I think I always tell people when they're getting in the game, I'm like, don't buy any DLC. Play the game for about a week, 2 weeks, see if you like it, and then if you like it and you're going to play every day, just do Plus. Because it's seriously, you get everything but Somerset. You get the craft bag, you get crowns every month to spend in the crown store, which is nice because the crown store usually has some pretty great stuff, or you can use it for housing if you want to. Wink, wink. And
wink, wink.
I think the devs in general just deserve it because I love watching ESO live. I follow them all on Twitter. I love watching them play with other people. Like I've seen Ninja614 play with Rich before, and it's just stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh, the guy who makes the game is playing with one of all of our favorite streamers. It's like, how much closer can the community be with each other than that, you know?
Exactly.
It's special, and I think it's one of the reasons ESO's community is so strong, or at least its Twitch community. I always say the Twitch community is strong. The game community I'm not so sure about because MMOs can be toxic, and the MMOs also have rough starts. So, ESO's rough beginnings is kind of expected. An MMO never comes out of the gate running beautifully. It has a growing phase. It needs to be molded into what we all want it to be. So. And
they're doing a great job of doing that, in my opinion. Can you imagine this game in 10 years? It's going to be ugly, but
I can. I think the game will go.
Do you think they'll do a graphical upgrade at some juncture?
I think so. I think consoles will become outdated enough where they'll have to leave the console space or re-release it for whatever new consoles come out. Because my Xbox One right now, it's an older one, and it does struggle with some content, including big trials, big PvP, and I think PC is just a superior way to play. I sadly just started playing on Xbox, and it's kind of the avenue I took. But I can see this game around for at least 5 more years. It'll be interesting when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, because I feel like people may leave ESO to go play Elder Scrolls 6, and I think it might be the reason they're doing Fallout 76 instead of the new Elder Scrolls, because they released 2 Fallout games while ESO has been out, because they want to keep ESO as the vibrant...
Yeah, as the front runner of the Elder Scrolls industry. But will 6 take away from this game? I think people will take a break.
Yep.
But 6 is going to be finite until they add DLC, right? Here's your explorable area.
Yep, and people.
And yeah, it's more detailed and it's more pretty and it's Skyrim on steroids, but.
Yeah, exactly. And I take breaks all the time. I haven't taken a break in a while. What I do usually is I just watch my time playing when I'm not streaming. So if I'm taking a break, I'll still stream because I look at it as a job, but I won't play off the job. But I know when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, you'll have people who will beat it in a week and they'll be back. You'll have people who'll beat it in 2 weeks and they'll be back. And because Elder Scrolls, the thing ESO does so well is they keep having new content. Like you said, with player housing, there's always new stuff to do. There's always a reason to log on. And even as a dungeon diver myself, that's what I do most nights. I always have something new to log on to. They're always bringing out 4 new dungeons a year that are really tough and give me something to beat. And
4.
that's insane.
4 new dungeons
A year. It's crazy.
4 complicated new dungeons, not breeze through it dungeons.
And
no.
with great themes and great story, if you want to role play through it, it has a little bit of everything for everyone, and I like it. Those are my favorite dungeons. So Wolf Hunter, even though it's not out for Xbox yet, I am just absolutely ecstatic for it. I'm guessing your favorite DLCs are usually the chapters because of all the housing items they release.
Yeah. I could agree with that. Yeah, definitely. Anytime they're dumping more stuff into housing right now, that's what's engaging me currently. But yeah, I'd still like to run through the new dungeons and get the new personalities and get the new colors and titles and all them things. It's just number 3 on the list instead of number 1.
Yeah, when you log on, there's just always something new to do in the housing. Like I said, I'm gonna try it. My community knows I haven't really been a part of it, and watching you for like the past month now, it's been absolute. I enjoy it. I have so much fun watching because it's so different from what I do every night. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh my gosh, it's a blast to watch.
There you go. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. If you're into it, get into it. And if you need help, it's not just me. There's plenty of housing mancers running around Twitch and Mixer, by the way. It's not.
Yep.
Twitch is not the only platform out there, but lots of YouTube tutorials, lots of things going on in the housing community, and it's growing. It's growing because people like me are getting traction.
Yep.
So as somebody out there who's thinking about streaming, hey, all I want to do is housing. So do housing. Stream housing. Do it. But nobody will want to watch that. Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I beg to differ. I mean, like I said, you got your 6th month coming up, and you've already almost close to 2,000 followers, and you're having a blast doing it, as we all see when we watch. And like I said, it's a huge inspiration for me. I said that before the stream. I always enjoy watching. But one of the other things that I want to talk about was content creators you enjoy. So are there other housing content creators you enjoy watching, or do you watch other content creators who don't do housing so you can kind of watch something else?
So Coco Michelle right now, Icy.
Yep.
Bert Firkins is just cutting his teeth on housing, but I enjoy watching him, and Eklevith are going to be my top 4. It's not that there aren't other housing people, it's that those are the 4 that I'm familiar with and enjoy watching. If you find somebody who you click with a little better, watch them, man. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, for sure. I actually just stumbled on a bunch of them this week. I found Eklevith, and I pronounced her name so wrong, and she watched my stream one time. I first of all called her a him because I didn't know who it was, and then I pronounced it so wrong, and I think she left, but I went and watched hers and completely apologized. And she was like, oh, no, we're cool, I was just lurking. And then I just watched Bert for the first time
just hanging
today.
out, just chilling.
Yeah, and then I just watched Bert for the first time today, right before this, and he has all this Giants memorabilia behind him, and I'm a huge Giants fan, so we clicked on that. So yeah, those are amazing content creators for sure, and they're all up and coming and doing a great job.
And that's just housing. I mean, if there's so much going on in this game, just find a streamer or 2 that you really enjoy watching that's covering the content that you like. Boom, you're in there. You're having a good time. Put it on a second screen, put it up underneath the game, and play the game while you're listening,
Yeah, a lot of people do that. We were talking about that today, the amount of lurking that can happen, and I as a streamer love it. I don't mind. Someone who pulls up a stream and enjoys watching and playing a game means more than anything. So it's always a good time. But
oh yeah, and talking about lurkers, I get a large quantity of people because I stream kind of mornings. I was doing 6 a.m. to noon. Now I'm kind of doing 10 a.m. to 4.
Yep.
But a lot of people are at work watching me. So they can't engage, but they can listen and have a good time. And then when they do have a day off, because I also do Saturday and Sunday or something like that, that's when they'll come out and they'll engage. So for you up and coming streamers, just keep talking, man.
Yeah.
If there's a number listed, if there's one person listening, you're having a conversation, whether or not they're responding. So.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that's a hard pill to swallow, I think, for a lot of newer streamers is, it's not, people will come and they'll watch my stream, and like sometimes it's not a fast takeoff, but have fun doing it. That's always the secret to streaming, is if you're not having fun, it's gonna be tough, because the money doesn't come fast, the viewers sometimes don't come fast, but having the good times can come the first stream if you let it. So.
Oh, money. Yeah, don't stream for money.
Yeah.
And here's the number one reason. There's a ferry terminal, because I live near the greater Seattle area. So
Okay.
there's a ferry terminal near me. The guy who plays on the 5-gallon drum with a couple of drumsticks, he makes more money than I do.
Yep,
Great.
it probably makes, yeah, he's probably killing
He
it.
could buy a house with the money that he's making. So, like, if you're in it for money, maybe just go find a bucket or something. Twitch is not for that.
Yeah.
Currently, like, if you stick with it, eventually someday, but yeah, it's it's not for the money. You got to have a good time to be here.
Yeah, if you had one tip for new streamers, what would it be?
That would be it.
That would be it.
Have fun.
Yeah.
Only play games you want to play. Only engage with people you want to engage with, and don't be scared of the ban hammer.
So are you telling me I can't stream Fortnite because that'll make me rich and famous? You're telling me that's not what I should do?
You can stream the Fortnite, especially if you've got a knack for it, if you're skilled in it. But if you're not enjoying it,
Yeah.
your viewers can tell, dude.
Yep.
They know. You're not hiding it.
It was interesting, actually. I don't know if you probably are familiar with Cypher PK.
Very, very familiar.
So he was actually
He's
back streaming ESO for the first time.
He came back for the aggressive doggo.
Yep. And he was,
Bet.
I love him, by the way. This is absolutely no beef with Cypher. I think he's an impressive streamer, and he streams Fortnite more often than not. And when he came back to ESO, it was interesting to see the community watching ESO. Because a lot of people were watching for ESO, but there were a lot of people that were from Fortnite watching him, and it was a funny clash in his chat. And he was just getting stream sniped so bad in Cyrodiil. And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Like,
And honestly, it's not even stream sniped so much as people who miss him going to say hi.
yep.
Isn't that a weird? That's a weird thought, right? They're like, oh, Cypher's here. Hold on.
How you doing?
Love you.
Yeah, the bow may have hit you in the knee. The arrow may have hit you in the knee, but it was a love you arrow. It was a friendly one. It was a friendly one. But it's interesting. I think that might be it. I think those are all my questions.
Oh, okay.
If there's anything else you want to talk about, we have a little bit more time. It's completely up to you. If not, we're about at 54 minutes. I usually go for about an hour.
Oh.
We can freeform it.
So we were talking about my 6-month thing, and how that's how we're doing a giveaway and
Yep.
trying to make it special and stuff like that. So the real thing that I'm working on next is to get to TwitchCon. So if people are interested in doing meetups and seeing things, TwitchCon is going to be the place to be. And then B, getting a TV, because what I was known for before, really being a housing mancer, was being on every platform. And the only reason I'm not on every platform is because I threw a little diaper baby tantrum and broke my Xbox controller, and the AOE hit the TV.
Oh no! You always forget
So-
how big that AOE is when you throw the Xbox
So the
remote.
TV is screwed, so I can't do Xbox or PS4 right now.
Oh, that's devastating. I've made some bad mistakes like that. I think I heard you mention that was the Fluff's TV.
It's not actually my TV, it's the Fluff's TV. So.
Oh no!
She's actually right next to me, giving me the stink eye right now.
Yeah, I
Righty. I will defend myself. Sorry.
how is she doing right now? Is she doing well?
Yeah. Just a second. I put in a grape.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
For those who don't know, she was diagnosed with stage 3 cervical cancer, and began her cancer journey with that. And then she kicked that's ass. And then they're like, oh, well, we've got some evidence on the scans that you've got some lymphoma going on. And lymphoma is really hard to beat.
Yep.
It's really hard to beat. Okay, so she beat that.
Oh.
She's over here making muscle flexes right now. She don't want to be on camera though. But right now they said there's one more thing that they see on the scan, so they want to get a better scan, and they're just waiting for the insurance to say it's okay to do that.
That can always be a pain.
And we're really, I don't know, man. I got so much faith in the girl. Like it's hard to believe that she wouldn't just completely plow through whatever they got next.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I've had a bunch of family members deal with cancer, and that's definitely not easy. And she's a badass for sure. That's not easy.
I mean, honestly, as far as how it's affected our lives, it's just been more annoying than anything else, because you got to go to a visit, you got to go get chemo.
Yeah, it's.
Wow. Yeah, she has small veins, so them finding her veins has been painful, and watching my girl cry has been the hardest part of this entire thing. Not happy with that, but other than that, yeah, it's just been.
Well, hey, you know, it seems
What?
like you guys.
Who can say that about their cancer treatment, right?
No, that's for sure, and I can't tell you how happy it is, at least for me to
Oh
hear
yeah,
that
still
she's
working
doing
full
well.
time.
It's that's
Yeah,
impressive.
she's still working. Yeah.
That's awesome. Like I said, it's nice to get some good news every now and again. You know, nice to hear that she beat this, because that's not easy. She sounds like a badass. Does she stream with you or no?
No, and I'm no.
She couldn't handle
Everybody
you that
likes her more than me. Every time I've ever introduced her to somebody, they like her more than me. So the day she starts Twitch streaming is the day I'm just gonna hang it up.
Yep, yeah. Just let her take over the rig.
Just, here you go. Just you stream. I'll just go sit in the bed or something.
So the last quick thing. Standing desk. I'm thinking
Standing
about
desk.
getting one.
Get it.
It seems so worth it, especially when you stream for long periods of time. I mean, my feet go numb.
So I don't have a standing desk. I have a sit-stand desk.
Oh, so it's going. Mine is blown. So now you can sit down.
Yeah, I got a pretty nice chair over here. We can chill out.
So I usually see you standing when you're streaming. That's usually the go-to.
Yeah, absolutely. I go ahead and I treat streaming like a job.
Yep.
I'm here. I'm doing stuff. So might as well, treat it like a job.
Fair enough.
So I try and stand for the whole time. And my endurance has gotten better over time.
Good stuff,
But
yeah.
every now and again, we'll take a little break. We'll sit down.
Yeah, I feel like if I go that route, I'm going to have to get the same kind you have. So if I get tired, because I'm not used to it, I'll have to take a seat and then stand back up.
So a couple other streamers would argue completely the opposite. The fact that you're not used to standing for that long of a time means that you're more and more likely to sit down and just completely revert back if you have a sit-stand desk. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my dinner coming in. I don't mind continuing to talk, but there we go. Thank you, babe.
Yes.
That's the Fluff.
Hey.
Hi, Fluff.
There she is. How you doing, Fluff?
Good, how are you?
You know, good. I don't know how much longer I can deal with this guy. No, I'm just kidding. I'm having a blast.
This guy. This pain in the ass. No, but thanks a lot for having me on your show, man.
No, I
Super
seriously
appreciate
it.
being here and answering questions and doing stuff. It's a nice form of engagement. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we're right about at our hour mark, so I just wanted to dude, there
High
you
fives.
go. Relationship goals.
Sure, high five.
High fives. So yeah, I wanted to thank you so much for being on. It means a lot when another streamer comes on, especially, and I said it before the stream and I want to say it publicly. I appreciate you coming, watching my stream, and like motivating me to work hard. It means a lot, and I had a blast tonight. I seriously hope to have you on again. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and don't think I'm gonna be like not watching your streams and lighting firecrackers under your ass, because when you got the mojo, man, just go ahead. Just go ahead and start streaming. Do good.
Yep, awesome.
You're doing amazing. I hope you keep it up.
Thank you, man. You too. And as you know, I'll always be hanging out in your chat, watching you build some beautiful houses.
Oh, there you go.
So, guys, I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you guys want to check out NinjaMonkey0169, he is streaming. What's your schedule? What are you doing for a schedule? You get to plug yourself this time.
We're doing like 10 to 4 Wednesday through Sunday right now.
10 to 4, guys. Is that PST, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
PST.
Yeah, Pacifics.
All right.
Pacific.
Yeah, I'm EST, so I always have to make sure I'm on the right one. But guys, again, thank you for watching. Ninja, thank you again for joining me. Guys, I'll see you in about 10 minutes. I'll be going live doing some dungeons with you. And until then, peace out.